Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
And welcome to another episode of Gothic Horror Gaming here on Nat 21. I am your host, the Glue Master, and tonight we have a special episode for you. As you can clearly see with our 360-degree camera, we are all in the same room. The players are here with me, and we're having a seance right now. We are summoning the spirit of Gary Gygax.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Oh,
I mean,
this is going to devolve into just chainmail. But before I introduce everyone and we get going, as per usual, I first want to start off by thanking our sponsors. We have a number of sponsors here today. We have 3D2U, our good old friends, Amy and Jess. They're doing 3D printed and wood-burned dice boxes, dice towers, all sorts of things. You can find them over at 3d2u.org. We also would like to thank, of course, our perennial sponsor, Ren Adventures, renadventures.com. Coming up in just a matter of a week and a half, we have our New Orleans, Dungeons and Dragons in New Orleans. Come on down and you will game and also get to tour the city. And it culminates in a trip to the Louisiana Renaissance Festival, where all of my players and several others' favorite Ren Fair acts will be. So you can see us all there. And we also have coming up our Castles tour in England. Go to renadventures.com to check that out. It's in June, beginning of June, and you'll spend a week. We'll tour castles. We will tour all sorts of things during the day, and then we'll play D&D in an actual castle at night. Your dungeon masters, by the way, are 2 of the 3 are in this very room right now. Myself, the indefatigable Paulo Garbanzo, and also Ryan H. Gelodi, super genius.
Who might be in this room in spirit.
He might be in this room in spirit.
Can you bring down the thing so we can all try to contact him?
No, I think he's probably busy being a monster.
All right. Oh, yeah.
At Disney's Magic Kingdom.
He's just friends with them.
He's just friends with the monsters. We have a number of things that we're going on here tonight. We also like to thank ourselves. In the background, Handler Z is running the comments and such. And we do have a book by Melissa Lee. It's called Dare. It's a collection of short fiction and poetry, mainly horror and sci-fi based. Some dark poetry as well. So check that out. It's available as a hardcover, as a soft cover, as a Kindle, or Audible, in which case I narrate all but the poems, which Handler Z herself will narrate. But enough of that. About tonight's game. Tonight's game is a horror-based game. As such, I feel that we need to give a little bit of a warning, a content warning. This game will contain scenes of graphic violence, things of common phobias. It's a horror game. We have violence against minors, both kinds, ER and OR, below ground or safe and snug in their beds, or so they thought. So if that is not your thing, we understand, but just be aware that is what you're getting yourselves into. And as this is a lovely little one-shot adventure, adult language and themes might surface, just so you are aware. Now, the universe that we have set this in is the Chill universe. In the Chill universe, originally published by Mayfair Games, the supernatural is very real. It exists, but it's behind the scenes of everything. Most people do not know about it. But the supernatural is generally very powerful and very evil. Our players are just ordinary people sucked into what is called the unknown and dealing with these problems. The rule system, however, that we're using is from a game called Over the Edge. And it is a very simple rule system, which I will now explain to you in less than 2 minutes. Your character has 3 traits, a primary trait and 2 side traits. These traits can be anything. For example, you could be a policeman as your primary trait. Then your side traits could be anything. Perhaps your policeman is also an amateur photographer. Perhaps they are also very religious. Those are your 2 side traits. Anytime you attempt to do something, you attempt to hit a target number by rolling a certain number of 6-sided dice. Now, if something falls under the purview of your primary trait, you will roll 4 dice. For instance, our police officer shooting a gun. 4 dice attempt to hit a target number. If it falls under a side trait, you would roll 3d6. Perhaps he's trying to recall a particular psalm from the Bible. And as a religious person, he can roll 3d6 and attempt a target number in order to recall that psalm. If it does not fall underneath any of his traits, for instance, he's trying to rewire a fuse panel. He would instead roll 2d6. That is the rules. It is that simple. However, you watching Twitch particularly can help. You can spend your Twitch points with Sir David Percival over there in the comments. Once again, thank you, Sir David Percival, for being here. When you spend your Twitch points with him, say who you want to give a help to, one of our players, or to myself if you are so inclined. Then, before making a die roll, and this is the important part, before making a die roll, you can declare to use one of your helps or more of your helps. Sir David will keep track of them over there in the comments. By expending a help, you get an extra d6. However, you can still only count the maximum number that you would normally be allowed. An example, our police officer shooting a gun really needs to make the shot. Normally, he would roll 4d6. He has a help and he chooses to use it. He will roll 5d6 and pick the highest 4. So that gives you a chance to get higher values in the statistics. Those are the rules. That is what we have. Our setting. Tonight we find ourselves in late September 1895, off the coast of Maine, off the coast of Mount Desert Island, Maine, famous for Bar Harbor. Just off the isle, about a mile and a half offshore, there's a collection of isles called the Cranberry Isles. They are renowned for having peat bogs on them and, as a result, cranberries. There is an island called Great Cranberry Island that is inhabited by roughly 400 people on a regular basis. In the winter, that number drops down to around 50. Populated by sailors, all sorts of fishermen of various types, fish, lobster, mussels, boat builders, that sort of thing. It is a very, very rustic community being isolated by a mile and a half of storm-tossed Atlantic Ocean between them and the nearest port. Our players all find themselves on Great Cranberry Island. And I will go around the room and I will allow the players to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about them so you know who they are and why they are on the island. We will start to my right, which is all of your left. We have Dan. Dan, who are you playing this evening?
Ewan Stewart. I'm a lobsterman, not from around here originally. You can't tell. I'm very sneaky about it.
How long have you been on Great Cranberry?
I've been on Great Cranberry Island for about 5 years.
5 years now. And your profession, lobsterman?
Lobsterman, I.
Very good. Interesting. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Do you have your own boat here?
Oh yes, I call her the Amelia Jean.
The Amelia Jean. Very nice.
And wee Hank over there. Wee Hank works with me on her.
All right, we'll get to Hank in just a moment.
Fantastic.
But now, directly across from me and on your bottom of the screen at the far right, we have Katie. Katie, who are you playing tonight?
Hi. So I'm Gertie Bunka. I'm a cook over at the Harpoon. You're not going to find a better chowder. You're not going to find a better bisque. I can clean a fish in seconds flat, and I like to just keep everybody fed and happy.
Are you single?
I am single.
Very
Never
good.
been married.
Are you the proprietor or are you merely the cook at the Harpoon?
I'm just a cook.
You're just the cook.
Just a cook.
Very good. We also have in the middle at the bottom, we have Maddie. Maddie, who are you tonight?
Hi, I'm Hank.
Hank. Hank, what do you do for a living? Hank?
Oh, I'm a lobsterman too.
You're a lobsterman too, and as we heard that you work on Ewan's boat.
Yeah, we're old friends. We go way back,
For 5 years?
Oh, yeah, I've been here a lot longer than that. But
when he
we're
first
best
came,
friends. Absolutely best friends.
Very good. When he first arrived, you became friends.
Absolutely, immediately.
Very good. And we also have a visitor to the aisle on the bottom of your screen to the left. Paul, who are you tonight?
Oh, hey, I'm Sven O'Reilly. I'm originally my parents half Irish, half Finnish, and so I live on Gloucester, and I deliver things like boats and things in boats to other people, and so just making deliveries. Mostly cheese, honest goodness cheese.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yeah, kid. Yeah.
Well, it is an afternoon, an autumn afternoon. It is probably about 4 in the afternoon The sun is beginning to set. We are at a much northern latitude in Bar Harbor, Maine, and that in the environs thereof. You have both Ewan and Hank have come in from collecting your traps. You are unloading your traps right now as we speak. Sven has recently docked. He's tending to the boat. Is it your boat or is it someone else's that you're working for them?
Yeah, I'm also delivering the boat because I do work at the harbor head over there in Gloucester, and yeah, so I'm delivering everything. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a complete package.
Yeah.
And then you're going to find your own way back.
I'll
to
get
Gloucester.
a ride back somewhere. Yes.
Back to Gloucester at some point.
Yeah.
And Gertie, you are getting ready because it's getting about time for dinner. In fact, the other three of you, after you have finished your job, your work, you have made your way to the Harpoon for dinner.
I was supposed to meet a guy.
You're supposed to meet a guy.
Yeah.
What guy?
Well, Freddie, but he's not here. I don't know.
Yes, you're looking for a Freddie, and there's no Freddie.
Yeah.
So you find yourself at the Harpoon, hoping to find out about the whereabouts of Freddie.
Yeah.
Very well.
Cheese to deliver.
Cheese.
Yeah.
To deliver. Very well. Yeah, she's very busy. Fresh, honest cheese. As you sit down at a table, the two of you are sharing a table, obviously.
Of course.
Gertie is bustling in and out of the back. Sitting at the bar is Sven over there. There are several other people in and about having their meals, mainly other fishermen and such. When, as you sit there, in bursts the local elderman. He's sort of the island, the town councilman for the island. And his name is Edgar Sperling. The Sperlings were one of the original founding fathers of the island of Great Cranberry. And he comes in out of breath, panting, and he says, it's amazing. It's amazing down there. The little Billy, he found it. He found it it washed up in the cove. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. I thought you'd think they were myths. A bunch of the other patrons start clamoring. What? And he eventually manages to blurt out, "A mermaid."
What now?
An honest to goodness mermaid.
It's pronounced mermaid. Just FYI. That's
well, however you want to say it, it's got the top half of the woman and the bottom half of a fish, and it washed up on shore, and he's got it. It's breathing. It's alive.
A mermaid.
A mermaid.
well, I gotta check that out.
And he immediately turns back around, Edgar does, and dashes back out.
I always knew they existed. We should go look.
Oh, all right.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
What?
The patrons basically all clear out and are moving in a body down the coast.
Oh, see.
I'm gonna keep track of all your tabs.
Pay you back in cheese.
I didn't hear anything. I'm very far out the door.
Are you following as well, Gertie?
Yeah, no one's here, so might as well go down too.
Oh, very well. The Isle of Great Cranberry Isle is about 2 miles by about 1 mile. So it's not very big. If we could actually get the map for everyone to see, to get a rough idea of how big Cranberry Isle is.
You want the small one? You want the big screen?
Let's bring a big screen so everyone can see at home. All right.
There we go.
Now, if you look at the center, that main mass is Mount Desert Island, renowned for its peaks, its beauty. It is a gorgeous place, known as a vacation spot. Painters and such have all been visiting it since the 1700s. If you look down at the bottom edge and slightly to the right, you see there are a collection of smaller islands. That largest of them, which is almost in a C shape, is Great Cranberry Isle. Great Cranberry Isle, like I said, it's about 2 miles in height and about 1 mile across. The main harbor is at that northern point. It's called Sperling Cove. named after one of the founding families. That northernmost tip right there. The cove he is speaking of is that C-shaped depression in the eastern side. It is only about 1.5 miles to get there through a well-maintained dirt and gravel road. So there are no real vehicles or horses that on this island. There's no need. Everything is so close. So after about 15 to 20 minutes, you can all arrive easily at the cove. And as you come, you see there's a cluster of locals gathered around one of the tidal pools. The tide has gone out, and when it does, it leaves depressions in the rocky coastline, which retains seawater. And in there, you can see that there's a young boy, probably about 10 or 11 years old, and the people are clustered around him. Everyone's jostling to get to the front to see this alleged mermaid.
Well, I pushed my way through.
Very good. The foreigner muscles his way through, as if he is entitled to be there.
Using my boxing skills.
You are, in fact, an amateur boxer. You do manage to shoulder your way through. The other three of you manage to follow in his wake. And indeed, lying in the pool is a humanoid figure, the torso of a woman, unclothed, with a palish blue-gray skin, large, open, dilated eyes. You can see that as you go down to the waist, unlike the stories of myth, she is not covered in scales. Rather, her tail resembles a porpoise. It has a horizontal fluke as opposed to a vertical tail. It is covered in smooth grayish blue skin all the way down. We do have a picture of her on there. If we can bring that up, just to give you an idea of what her face looks like. She is lying half in, half out of the water, and she appears to be breathing through her mouth. Her nose is closed off, but she's breathing through her mouth, lying there, but her body is in the water. What you were looking on this site, this mythical wonder that no one believes exists, and now here in front of you, though not exactly what you expected, is a live mermaid.
Huh. You okay there?
The mouth opens and closes, but no sound comes out.
Oh, I'll take that as a no then.
I would like to. What is everybody saying?
Oh, there's a general hubbub of like, my goodness, my stars! I can't believe it's real.
And I just turn and go, she doesn't speak English.
Oh, you're right. That makes sense. That makes sense. She only speaks mermaid.
Just speak louder.
Yeah.
Should we do something about it?
Everyone is just basically gathering around and standing there, just kind of staring, kind of open mouthed, every once in a while uttering expletives and various oaths.
I'm probably just going, that makes a lot of sense, that the dolphin thing. Like, honestly, like, did you think about that? I didn't think about like dolphins breathe air, mermaids breathe air, clearly. Like, why would she be a fish, right? Like, that makes total sense. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe we should help her to get back out to
You
the
know,
water.
I think that's a great idea.
Let's bring
Let me get her back in.
All
I
right.
go grab my shawl and I approach her and I want to try and like
Cover her up.
yeah.
You succeed. As you do, like she's half in the water. You notice that there is a dark stain in the water from her left side.
Can I sort of look at it and see what it is?
It looks like she is wounded and there is blood coming out of her.
No.
Not in a torrent, but certainly oozing out.
Oh, you guys, she got a hole in her side.
Oh,
They don't look good.
that's not.
You might want to use that piece of cloth. I don't think that's the, propriety notwithstanding. you
Right.
know.
Yeah. So I
me just-
I want to sort of see if she'll let me.
She gives a feeble, slow twitch, but does not resist you as you
Okay.
press to the side. Your cloth.
Can I figure out what kind of wound? Is it a stab wound? Is it,
I will let you roll your
They might.
primary traits.
yeah. I
Um,
was gonna say
which is a bit of a ne'er-do-well.
yeah.
So go ahead and roll that. You roll 4d6 and you attempt to hit a target number. What did you get?
Oh, a bunch of 2s is what I got.
Add them together.
It's 2, 2, 2, and 4. So that's 8. That's a 10 total.
A 10. You are sure it is not a knife or gunshot wound. That you are certain of. And there appear to be 3 of them along the side of each other.
Ooh, maybe a scraping. Maybe she's like ran up against some barnacles and some rough weather. Maybe.
Do they look clean?
They are slightly ragged.
Slightly.
Hank, if
Yeah.
you could give me a roll for either animal husbandry or naturalist, which are your 2 side traits. Either is appropriate here. So roll 3d6 for me.
Whee!
And what have you?
That is a 9.
A 9. They appear to be claw marks of some kind.
Oh, that's
A fairly large claw, no less.
Oh yeah, it's a claw. They got some sort of a claw, and it that looks not great. That's a big old claw.
All right. Is the doctor still here? You think?
I mean, we can ask around. Hey, is the doctor still here?
The island's doctor actually lives over in Southwest Harbor, which is on the main island of Mount Desert Island, so is not here presently.
We need to help get her patched up. Seriously.
Look
Alright.
at this three.
So who wants to?
Or
I mean,
we are going to help you get your side stitched up. That's what we're gonna do for you.
Do that again, please.
We are going to help you get your side stitched up for you.
She does a very slow blink, almost like a nictitating membrane instead of an eyelid, goes over her eyes, and she reaches down. She points at you. She reaches down at the side, and she goes like this, makes this motion. That's this.
well, we know it's a scratch. It's a claw thing then.
Okay.
Then she stops and she points at you, and she points at like you in general, meaning, and she points at all of you, and then she says,
Sounds like sea serpent.
So wait, swimming?
Swimming, aye. All right.
The
The claw.
big, little.
she points at the 3 men and says,
Oh,
Okay.
well, it wasn't me.
All right.
I haven't seen it before in my life.
No, I think she's saying it's about our
About
size.
our
Ah.
size?
Mm.
Okay.
Oh,
To bigger.
A wee bit bigger than us.
So like,
oh,
oh
all right.
Well, I guess she doesn't want to go in the water again.
yeah.
But
Do you have that tank?
What thing?
You know what tank I'm talking about? You have your tank for all your little.
Oh yeah, but that's it. Yeah. I
Can
mean,
we put her in there?
because she does have the tail of a dolphin, she's about 8 feet long.
she's not gonna fit in any of my things. Mine's a pickle jar.
For those of you who are unaware, Hank has held up a pickle jar inside of which is a live lobster.
Yeah, his name's Hank.
I'm gonna get you one day.
that's an amazing
No.
coincidence.
I'm gonna put you right in the pot. And I'm gonna.
He's my best friend.
Your best friend's a lobster.
Yeah,
A lobster.
Hank.
Lobster.
yeah. Oh, who are you talking to? And I hold up the jar. Which one of us are you talking to? We're both called Hank.
I just look at the mermaid and I go,
Small Hank. Wee Hank. I thought I was your best friend.
Well, I mean, I did meet Hank first, but
That's fair.
You're my other best friend.
Oh.
It works out. But yeah, but anyway, none of my tanks are gonna work. Unfortunately I don't have one that's big enough for this poor lady there. But
Should we get someone to go get the doctor?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, we could do that. We could just put her on the boat and go down to the doctor too.
Keep her in maybe
That
like
would take hours, right?
Mm.
Well, it's
Um,
better than nothing.
Southwest Harbor is about a mile and a half away. Your boat is back up at Burlington. 15-minute dash up there, and you could probably get your boat across. Keep in mind, this is you have a sailing boat
Mm.
because 1895.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although there are motorized boats, you lobstermen don't really have them yet.
No.
Yeah.
Nah. What if we found a bathtub and got some seawater and then put her in the bathtub?
That would probably work.
You got a bathtub?
Yeah, I got a bathtub.
I just look at the other people standing around and go, get some buckets of water, people. What?
Your statement spurs them into action, and people scatter off to fetch some buckets. Little Billy is there, and Billy Stanley is his name, and Billy is. I found her like this. We got to make sure she's okay.
We will. Don't worry.
Wait, you found her?
Right here.
Ked. No one else was around. She just came right up here.
I guess when the tide came out, she got stuck here.
It reminds me of a joke, but not right now. Hang on. We got business. All right. So you just found this mermaid.
She was right here. I came down to do a little evening fishing, and there she was.
And all cut up like that?
Uh-huh.
You see anything else in the water?
Uh-uh.
Nothing. Just not like a. No.
I just came down. You can see that he's got a rod and a bucket of bait off to the side, just kind of laying there. It's a bunch of like shrimp from a trawl.
Maybe she's hungry. I don't know.
Offer her some fish.
Well, there's shrimp right there.
All right.
Hank, offer her some
Okay.
fish.
All right. Are you hungry? Here is a shrimp.
Her eyes get big, and she reaches out a feeble hand,
Oh yeah.
which is human, but it is webbed up by the first knuckle.
She got web feet.
Web hands.
Feet, hands, whatever.
And she gingerly takes one of the shrimp
There you go.
and puts it whole in her mouth. Chews for a moment, and then violently retches. The shrimp and a bunch of bile come out of her mouth into the pool in which she is laying.
Oh.
It smells of iodine.
Iodine.
Just the briny smell.
All
got
right.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
you
Well,
know, I'm gonna cook you a proper shrimp.
Thought you were just gonna say, I'm just gonna cook you.
I'm not that heartless.
Listen, I know some people who probably want a mermaid. So I mean, just saying. Yeah.
Wait. We can't give a mermaid to people.
All right. I just wanted to throw
Don't
it out
you
there.
know what happens when you hurt a mermaid? Bad things. Bad. Just bad.
We're
Bad.
trying to heal her, help her out.
Uh-huh.
And I think so.
We're not selling a person to people who want her for a sideshow.
or a side dish.
Fine.
Well done, Hank.
Thank you.
So how long does it take for, I guess, the buckets to get to my house where I have a tub?
The harpoon is almost on the coast. It's right off the docks.
Right.
It will not be very difficult to get water into your house
Great.
from this ocean. It is
So,
literally right there.
Scotty, you and me, we're gonna Hank.
What? Who are you?
Another Hank.
Hey, Hank and I, yes, thank you. Who are you? I haven't seen you around town before.
Yeah.
I'm in and out here. I've been to your place.
I recognize your face.
All right.
Been around.
Sure.
You do recognize him. He has been here before.
Yeah.
He's one of the merchants who comes in and out on occasion. You might not necessarily have done more than say hello to him, but you have seen him around.
Right.
He's not a complete stranger.
You make a mean lobster bisque.
That I do. That I do. Hank.
You can't get Hank. We've talked about it, and it's never gonna happen.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Well,
Let's
I
figure
should
this out.
sleep.
No.
So you have an 8-foot-long mermaid laying in a tidal pool.
All right, everybody, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
All right.
You're gonna like
Big lift,
3-person.
baby. There we go. Big lift.
She lets out a little gasp as you pick her up out of the water, and now no longer the water, little as it is, was helping to support her weight, much like a whale or a dolphin that is beached. It puts pressure on their organs that they're not used to. But you do amongst the four of you, you actually manage to lift her up and slowly shuffle your way. Tell you what, everybody, give me a. Let's see. Gertie, roll 3d6 for your side trait of strength. Ewan and Hank, roll me 4 because you're lobsterman. And Sven, roll me 3d6 because you're a boxer.
And I'm actually going to take, just so that we don't mess this up, I will take the one somebody gave me.
Someone gave you a help?
Yes. Yes. I got a 1. I'm using it.
All right, very well.
I'm using it.
Sven is using his help.
I got a 14.
14?
Very nice. I got 12.
12?
Two got a 12.
I think I got what's 12 plus 6? 18.
18.
Yeah.
Very well.
Very nice.
You handily managed to, even with your shuffling crab step ways,
Hanky.
to walk the mermaid back. You get back. Your house is right next to the harpoon. It's a small little like 3-room affair, but indeed in the bathroom you do have a claw-footed tub that your parents actually left you, and she fits in there mostly. Her tail flops out over the edge. Her head is propped up slightly, and as you arrive, a bunch of the other locals are bringing in buckets of seawater with which they fill the tub. Billy has tagged along as well, all concerned, big-eyed, just worried sick about this poor creature. But you now have her safely ensconced in the tub. Once she's in the tub, you could tell that she relaxes a little bit. There's a slight exhale as she breathes. You notice that she is keeping her head above water to breathe the entire time. But she is now in the tub.
Like a dolphin.
Interesting.
Because dolphins do that.
The blowhole. So where is the doctor again?
The doctor is 1.5 miles in Southwest Harbor, which
Okay.
is, if we can pull up that map again, I can show you where it is.
Or you want the big one?
The big one, please.
You do.
The larger map will show us. So if you look down, you see Great Cranberry Island. You see there's a long area of inlet that's called Long Sound, actually. This area right here. I'm pointing for the players on the map, but you at home can see there's that long indentation. Fun fact, it's the only fjord on the United States coastline. That is actually a fjord. But at the base of that fjord
Is that
is
why you're here, Sven?
I'm here for the fjord.
right at the base of that is Southwest Harbor.
Okay.
So it is about 1.5 miles. It's a journey you have made many times, Ewan, with Hank in tow. You've gone there plenty of times. In fact, Gertie, you have been there as well, plenty of times as well.
Well, someone should go get the doctor.
All right. Hank, you want to go?
Sure.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Very well. The two of you get down to the boat. The sun is setting at this point. But you make ready for sail. Both of you give me lobsterman rolls. The Lobster rolls.
Lobster rolls.
Lobster rolls.
Me too.
Oh no.
We
ate.
the C's are moderate. They're a little choppy, but they're not terrible. What did you get?
I only got a 7.
A 7.
I had a 14.
14.
Hi, you're my boy, boo.
At one point, the boat starts to come broadside into the waves, but Hank quickly rushes over to the tiller, instructs you, even though it's your boat, to adjust the sails properly, and you make it to Southwest Harbor.
That's fine.
Hank told me a secret that we got to avoid that sometimes, so I fixed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man. Thank you, Weehan.
Yeah.
You managed to find Dr. Samuel Moore without much difficulty. He does have a house there. He was sitting down for dinner. What would you like to say to him?
Hey, Doc, there's a mermaid in a bathtub.
He blinks slowly and says,
Talk up easy now.
he blinks slowly and says, I told you to lay off the laudanum.
Listen, I'm not, Doc. I'm not joking. There's a mermaid in a bathtub. She got some like scratchies on her. It's this kid found her on the shoreline.
It's true, don't.
Yeah.
That Hank's telling the truth on that.
A mermaid?
Yeah.
Like human face and torso, and then like a dolphin tail.
I'm in no mood for jokes. I was about to have dinner.
Why would we show up at dinner time?
Yes, why?
Because there's a mermaid.
Do you both realize how ridiculous this sounds?
Yeah, but you're gonna just have to trust us on this, Doc.
Does this look like the face of someone who laughs a lot?
Looks like the face of someone who drinks a lot. Are you soused again?
I'm not soused yet, weak. Oh shit. Just get in the boat.
No. I'm not going to run off in the middle of the night and leave my dinner for your fanciful tales about mermaids.
All right. What if I just tackle him and bring him with me?
Is that what you're going to attempt to do? Very well. Do either of you think you have anything that would allow you to persuade him?
Do you play darts?
Of course.
I'll throw you for it.
Let me understand this correctly. You want to play a game of darts,
Yes.
and if I lose, I come with you to Great Cranberry and look at your mermaid.
Indeed, yeah. Hey,
And what if I win?
I'll give you a hand.
Which one of us?
That-
The wee hand.
No.
It's
No.
not yours to give.
Thank you.
What do I get in return for your wager?
Oh, what do you want?
Your next catch. All of it.
What?
If you want me to go on your ridiculous stunt, then you must be willing to pay the consequence. If you lose. If you win, I will gladly go with you. I will bring my medical kit with me.
I mean, listen. You just said your catch. Now, well, I guess that is the both of us, huh?
It's technically.
All right. I mean,
A day's wages.
All right.
all right.
You got yourself a deal, rich boy. Here we go.
Very well. He packs up. He says, "Off to the Brass Bell, then," which is the tavern that's right there in Southwest Harbor.
All right.
You enter
All right.
and throw a round of darts. It is going to be your roll against his. So, David Percival, do we have our count of helps? Because I'm going to bet that Ewan is going to want to use them.
Oh yeah. Currently looks like we got 0, 0, 0, and I already used mine. And the Gloom Master gets 1.
Oh.
Oh, no
right.
help spent. Oh, there it is.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
You got this.
I will not use the help. I'm just
You're
going to
doing
roll.
good. You're doing great.
Actually, he's not an expert dart player. What'd you get?
I got a 3, a 3, and a 2.
You can do
That's. I thought like it was like we were throwing 3 of you.
that.
Sorry, 8.
I also rolled an 8. Roll another round.
Six.
I rolled 5.
Oh.
Dr. Moore sighs. Very well. Let's go back to my place and I'll get my bag and we'll go on this little errand. But I expect you to buy me a drink later.
Oh. Right, if you can patch her up, absolutely.
Fine.
All right, let's go. What are your veterinary skills like?
It's the same as my doctoring.
All right, good. I just want to make sure.
In this kind of community, the doctor pretty much handles everything.
Yeah.
Very well.
That's why I asked.
You sail back. While they are gone, back in town, in Sperling Cove, what the two of you, Sven and Gertie, are with the mermaid.
Yes.
What are you doing with the mermaid while she is there?
I guess I would actually try to well, first of all, make sure that the wound is okay-ish, right?
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be severe.
All right.
It's not life-threatening for a dolphin. You don't know what that is.
Right.
But it does not appear to be, there are no intestines hanging out or anything.
Right. Yeah, I just try to try to communicate in some way, is this food? We call these shrimp. What do you call them? Okay, not so much of a talker. All right.
She seems to be fairly inarticulate, as if she has no need for speech, and so therefore doesn't use any.
As if talking in the water would be a good thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I go to the harpoon and I thinking about the shrimp situation and how she retched it up. I'm trying to think maybe, okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of butter. I'm going to grab some shrimp. I'm going to put it in a pan with some garlic, but I'm also going to grab some of the seaweed that I've got drying in the back. And I'm going to throw that into a little bit of pot, make a little bit of broth. I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to put it in a bowl and I'm going to bring it to her.
All right, give me your cook skill, your culinary skill.
17.
It smells delicious to you.
Right.
And you take it across the alley back to your house.
I like that to you.
Well,
yeah.
It is as fine of a bisque. It's not even a bisque; it's not cream, but a fine of a chowder as you've made.
Chowder.
You bring her the bowl. She looks at it curiously. You demonstrate eating it.
Yeah.
She reaches some trembling hands forward, picks it, touches it to her lips, pulls back because of the temperature, it seems.
Maybe she doesn't want to be where the people are.
She tentatively takes a sip, but does not swallow. It sits in her mouth for a moment, and she shakes her head and grabs the bowl and spits it back into the bowl.
I take the bowl back.
She has a look of embarrassment and confusion on her face.
Okay. I put the bowl down.
Billy is there.
Yeah.
He's with you, and she points to his bucket of bait shrimp that are there.
Okay.
She points to that with a curious look on her face.
Are they still alive?
Yes.
Oh, right.
So she points to them with a curious expression.
Just give her one.
And she points to her mouth.
Okay. I give her a piece of shrimp.
She holds the shrimp, live and squirming in her hand, the little legs, it's curling in on itself. And she She looks at it, and her tongue darts out of her mouth onto it, and she puts it partially in her mouth, holds it there for a moment, and then shakes her head and hands it back to you, and looks completely confused and bewildered.
Huh.
I mean, it looks like she wants it, but maybe
she's got to eat it underwater. Look, I'm just grasping at straws. I don't know nothing about mermaids. Okay?
No, 'cause, like what I was thinking was I'll just get a bucket of water and then I put her head in the water and then I put the shrimp in the. No, okay, that's probably a bad idea.
Okay. Okay.
That was my original thought. I'm not really good at thinking.
Okay. Neither am I.
That two you got left behind.
All right, so I hit her with the bucket.
Yeah.
They're gonna throw the shrimp. No,
At her.
it's a maneuver.
You notice that after a little bit, she's very confused, and she does dip her head back down. She kind of slides in under the water, takes a little bit of a gulp of seawater, and then comes back up, like she actually was drinking. But she drinks the seawater, and but then also still appears very flustered. I
don't know, Billy. What do you think, Ken?
I'll tell you what. You are Sven.
Yeah.
Your previous profession, your main profession, is you have to read people a lot. Give me a roll for that.
All right.
So that'd be your 4d6.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh, 6, and 2 3s. So that's 18.
18. Just reading her body language and her expressions, she is baffled by the fact that she cannot eat this shrimp.
Yeah, she seems to be. So I wonder if it's like I wonder if her injury, maybe her injury is stopping her from.
Oh.
That seems weird though, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe she's poisoned.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Okay. Can I roll for my folklore?
Sure.
Just if I know anything
Yep.
about 11.
With your role for your local knowledge, there's really any stories of mermaids around here.
Okay.
That's not that they're usually further south. And as far as you can tell, there's no stories about a mermaid ever showing up in Cranberry Isles, Mount Desert Isle, pretty much the coast of Maine. This is beyond any of the stories. Most of your stories involve sea serpents and flying Dutchmen and mystical lighthouses that appear in the wrong place, that kind of stuff. This does not appear to relate to any of that.
Okay. I want to try an experiment. I want to see if she goes underwater like she did before. And I'm going to drop the shrimp in the bathtub and see if she wants to eat it then.
Are you trying to convey this to her?
Yes. You underwater. I kind of put my hand in the water and then I grab the shrimp.
She nods.
And I'm going to grab one of the shrimpies and I'm going to put shrimpy in the.
She gives kind of an acquiescent gesture and slides under the water.
Drop the shrimp.
She grabs it with her teeth, has it in her mouth for a moment, and then spits it back out, comes back up to the surface, shaking her head. Confused, salty tears are starting to run down her cheeks.
Oh, don't cry. Oh no, don't. Oh, and I like pat her.
She's if you've ever actually touched a dolphin, I don't know if you have.
I have, yeah.
Yes, it's that it's rubbery but hard and smooth. That is what her whole body feels like.
Okay.
As you pat her, she seems to be she just seems to be at a loss. And shortly after your endeavors, Ewan and Hank return with Dr. Moore. as you're bustling him in, he's like, I still don't see why you persist in this absurd charade of a mermaid.
Right?
His jaw drops.
Hey,
Yeah.
Doc.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
It's a mermaid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yep.
That's what
That is what I told you, actually, at the
What
beginning
I
of this
told
whole exchange.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Doc, she's got a nasty gash on her side right here. It's from a claw, and she can't eat nothing.
And he sees the side. He looks over and says, "For heavens! Yes, it looks like she was clawed by something. Yes.
He's a doctor. He's gonna help you.
There's a slow nictitating membrane blink of lack of understanding.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
I mean, I guess people underwater don't really use like stitches and stuff like that. They wouldn't probably know.
Probably
They
not.
might not. No.
Wait,
Wait, but
I just had a weird
it would
thought.
work, though.
This is a claw.
Yeah.
What sea creature has got claws? Well, like a claws, like
Like a 3 claw.
Like 3
not like
claws.
I mean, unless it's a lobster with 3 claws, which would be
what
very
kind
big.
of lobster is that?
It's a big lobster.
You know, lobster I ever heard of.
So,
Is it definitely claws?
Wait, don't like
Who underwater has claws?
Maybe she was attacked above the water.
crocodiles.
Crocodiles.
all right.
Yeah,
Crocodile's just gonna like
Up
reach
here,
out and
though?
claw.
I don't know.
Well, crocodiles aren't supposed to be up here in Maine.
Neither are mermaids.
Well, we technically don't know their actual normal habitats. This is the first we've had.
Does she have
You
any,
know what? Okay.
No, she has hands.
thing.
And there are long fingernails, but nothing you would define as a claw.
Thinking it might have been domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
It can't. I don't think it could be a crocodile.
Could be
Crocodile.
another mermaid.
I mean, maybe other
Crocodiles are
mermaids
more
have claws.
southern.
yeah. All right. That's a good question. But right now I want to get this lady all fixed up.
Yeah.
Aye.
Dr. Moore leans in and it's like they're not too deep. It looks like nothing vital has been hit. It looks like it's just into muscle a little bit, but not to the bone or any vital organs. I suppose I could sew her up.
Are you okay with him sewing you up?
She stares in lack of comprehension. at
Okay.
me.
Your wound is gonna knit it shut.
Roll me a 2d6.
All right.
You might want to mention that's gonna hurt
It's gonna hurt.
in a way that she might
7.
understand.
She gets the idea from your gesturing at the wound and going like this that he wants to somehow close the wound. But she seems confused on the manner in which this is to happen.
Hey, do we have any medicine?
I mean,
The doctor brought his entire kit.
great. Well, I mean, he has his stuff.
No, do we have any medicine?
Oh, I mean,
Does the doc have meds?
like
I mean,
we could just
we
give
could
her,
just go to the inn
we
and
could
go
just give
after
her, we
nicely.
could
Hey,
just give her a
Gertie.
dram.
Hey, Gertie.
Gertie.
We have something to make it hurt less for her. Please.
Are you asking me for whiskey?
Yeah.
Not for us.
Not for us.
Mermaid.
For,
And one for
the
me.
mermaid. Sure, in this case.
Not for him.
And sorry, not for him either. That just the mermaid.
I'm
She's
gonna
gonna
charge
go to
you
the
for the
bar.
bottle.
You're part of this too.
I'm gonna charge you for the bottle. I don't know the harpoon.
I'll play you darts for it.
Absolutely not.
I will get the bottle. I'll get the bottle.
All right.
Right.
All right. You go get the bottle.
I'll go get the bottle.
I'm putting it on your
Go
tab.
get the bottle.
Gertie.
I want to no. So I want to like get the doc. Can I have a needle and thread?
Why?
I want to.
Swim in
I
the
want
whiskey.
to mime the. Can you mime stitching her?
Yes, he reaches into his kit and he pulls out the curved needles that are used for sewing up wounds. They're not straight needles, they're
Right.
curved. And he pulls it out with the suture And she looks at it confused. And then she says,
No. It's not a fish hook. It's not a fish hook. No.
she's
Okay, I go into my parlor and I get my my sewing kit and 2 pieces of fabric. I go into the bathroom and I show her the fabric and I point to her side. And then I thread the needle and then I show her sewing the 2 pieces of fabric together.
After a few moments, she dawning comprehension and she nods.
Okay.
And she points.
Good job, Gertie.
And then I look at her and I said, ow. Ow. Owie.
She takes her fist and feebly hits her other hand and then goes,
Yes.
She nods.
Okay.
She nods.
Great.
Oh my God, I just remembered I speak Dalton.
It's on your character sheet right there. I can't believe you haven't referenced it. But you even told me going into this, just in case I run into a dolphin, I want to be able to speak.
I want to speak.
I spent a point in linguistics on dolphins.
The thing is, I'm worried that it's the same vocabulary, but different intonations can mean completely different things now. I don't need to insult her.
It's just more of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got the whiskey. We doing this or what?
All right. So you drink it. Owie. Owie. Owie.
She points at the bottle.
Think she needs.
I bet she points to her mouth.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
She needs a demonstration.
Sure.
Yeah.
I bought the bottle. It's fine.
And then.
She looks confused and reaches forward, takes the bottle, and smells it, and immediately recoils.
That's
That's
my reaction too.
Yeah, it's not always the greatest.
No.
And this is some rot gut right there.
Oh.
That's what that is.
I can only afford so much.
She
Just a
looks
little
at
bit.
you all expectantly, and then takes a little sip and immediately spits it back out.
Okay.
And she's baffled by the fact that she's spitting it back out. She's just, and she hands it back to you, and she kind of.
Can she not
She
eat
can't
anything?
no. So she like looked at the shrimpy and the shrimpy. She's having trouble keeping things down, but it's confusing her.
Huh.
All right.
That's really sad. And I go, that's yeah. I'll just hang on to that.
All right.
Oh.
I mean, she looks like a manatee, right? Or
No, she's
like more
definitely a woman.
Okay, yeah.
Looks
From the
waist
waist
up.
Okay, so like
She
what-
from the waist up, she looks like a 30-year-old woman.
great.
Maybe she's pregnant.
Yeah. I don't think it works like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doc, let's do the business.
Right? He says, well, all right, then if you don't have anything for her, you might want to hold her.
I grab her hand.
All right.
I just want to hold her hand.
We having a seance.
I guess so.
She seems to get at what you're trying to do, so she allows it.
Okay.
And the doctor attempts to stitch her up. She thrashes a little bit,
Oh.
feebly, not strong, although her tail is throwing water all over your house.
Hey Billy, get some more water.
Billy is in the corner, just standing there with this entire time, his eyes just wide.
Billy, grab a bucket of water. Go for it. Go. Come on. Yeah.
He nods and runs out to go grab a bucket of
Some
water.
use.
Um,
As I take it.
There is a high-pitched she makes like a high-pitched screech almost
Oh.
as the needle goes in the first time. as he continues to stitch the wounds closed, they get weaker and weaker, and eventually she's able to kind of grit her mouth and not shriek as the doctor finishes. The doctor's finished.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, lass.
Damnedest thing I ever saw, says Doc Moore. Damnedest thing.
You put that on your resume.
Next time you'll believe we hang here.
Yeah.
Huh. I am.
Oh, yeah, you go.
I
buddy.
certainly.
You're gonna need it.
I've never done that before.
Where do you think she came from?
I don't know. Where did she come from?
Billy found her.
The water.
Billy comes back in with the bucket.
Yeah.
Dumps it into the tub.
Good job, Billy.
Good lad, Billy.
I found her down in the cove. She was in a tide pool.
All right.
Billy, were there any other animals around her?
No,
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
I'm kind of just stroking her hair.
She got driven up from the deep like some other kind of fish. You know, big fish pushed the little fish up under the water. And that's, you know.
Hank, I'm wondering, do you want to take the boat out?
Yeah.
As you're petting her, she slowly closes. Her nictitating membranes close, and she drifts off to sleep.
Oh.
Poor thing.
All right.
Well,
If there's something out there that can hurt a mermaid.
It certainly hurt us.
Exactly. But we got guns and
That's not
harpoons.
So she has gone to sleep. Billy looks at you and says, "Can I stay here to keep an eye on her?"
absolutely, Billy. That would be so helpful.
He looks around and grabs a stool and props himself up in the corner like a dutiful little sentry
Oh.
with his fishing rod in his hand, kind of propped up, like he's going to keep watch for the rest of the night. And that appears to be what he intends to do.
Make sure you keep that bathtub full though. So you know, get some water.
I will,
Good
Mr.
lad.
Oh, my last name O'Reilly.
Mr. O'Reilly. I will, Mr. O'Reilly.
Good man, Billy.
All right. Can somebody tell my mom and dad that I won't be home tonight?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell them.
We'll tell them on the way.
Absolutely.
All right.
I also want to go and bring Billy a bowl of stew.
I'm very good.
We're getting raided, y'all. Oh, we're also at 1 hour and 10 minutes. So.
Very well.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, everyone. They are rehabilitating a wounded mermaid on the coast of Maine in 1895.
Yeah.
So
As you do.
you tell Billy's parents, Jessica and Uriah.
And there he is. There she is.
There she is. You tell his parents. They had been down there and saw what was going on, and they just say, all right. And they know you, so
Yes.
everybody knows everybody on the island.
Yeah.
It's less than 300 people. The doctor goes to the Harpoon, and you've got like 1 or 2 rooms there. He rents out the one room. So I want to stay here, and I'll check on her tomorrow. The evening passes unless somebody wants to do something, and dawn arises. And you two wanted to do something.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So let's go out into the area where she might have been.
All right.
Let's see what's out there.
It's a very shallow. The cove is shallow.
Yeah.
The cove, even at high tide, is no more than 10 to 12 feet deep.
All right.
It is not used as a harbor normally because it is that shallow.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going out and just looking around, trying to find anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me lobsterman rolls, as you're both lobstermen.
Yeah. Lobster roll.
Lobster rolls.
The one thing about this place, all the damn lobster rolls.
11.
11.
12.
You spend a day out there looking, and you find nothing but the normal lobster buoys being tossed about in the waves. The occasional harbor seals come by, some harbor porpoises, but nothing unusual. Some puffins.
Puffins.
What are the two of you doing during the day?
Well, I make some coffee.
Mhm.
I make some breakfast.
Uh-huh.
I want to check on the mermaid.
She sleeps for most of the day. Over time, her skin gets a little more gray than blue.
Okay.
The doctor checks on her, checks her pulse, and he says, she has a pulse, but I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Is there a shipyard here in this town?
There's a small boat building area. I wouldn't call it a shipyard.
All right. So yeah. So I mean, I would know that. Being a shipbuilder myself over in Gloucester. So I'm gonna go down there and just I'm gonna ask around. Like, you guys ever heard of mermaids on? Why is your island different? Like,
no one has any idea. They always thought mermaids were more tropical, and they are as florid as you are.
what other, like, if there's one mermaid, then what would have claws? That's the thing that's freaking me out. Like,
Sea monster?
yeah, but like, okay, so like, what gonna have a claw like yay big? I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Not a walrus tusks or anything like that. I don't know.
Sasquatch.
Clearly.
Always.
I knew it.
The doctor comes in, checks on her repeatedly. In the early afternoon, he says, I need to get back. I'm going to take the ferry back to Southwest Harbor, but I'll come back tomorrow and check on her.
Thank you, Doc.
Here are some fresh compresses in case you need them for the wound. But I'll be back. I'll come back tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Doc.
You come back in. Much easier to dock, as it is spring tide. So the high tide is the highest, the low tide is the lowest that it is. So you come in. It's dinner time.
Has she awoken at all?
No, she is not. She's tossed fitfully occasionally. Billy went home, took a nap, and now is back saying, I had dinner already. I can watch her.
Thank you, Billy.
So the four of you find yourself back where you started, in the Harpoon.
Right.
So did you find anything?
Nope. Not at all.
Did you find anything?
Nothing. This is weird.
Very.
I mean, the last time I saw her, she didn't look too good. Why she turned gray?
I mean, I would imagine it's because she's been out of the water.
All right. So then do we just bring her back into the water?
Well, I don't want to do it when she's unconscious.
I mean, that's fair.
Once again, waterboarding. That's not what we're.
Don't waterboard the mermaid.
For the sake of argument,
Yeah.
No.
is it waterboarding or
I don't know.
The last rays of sun are setting to the west over the mainland. The moon has come up.
And she's asleep.
She was asleep. There's some clouds are starting to come in. You can feel a little bit of a breeze starting to pick up. You might get a little bit of a blow tonight as the wind comes in offshore. It is fall. Mount Desert Island. The trees are just beautiful. The deciduous have changed, and the pines are there. Green spikes in the midst of the fiery orange of the leaves of the trees. As the sun sets and the moon rises, you hear a blood-curdling scream come from your house.
Oh no.
Yep, we go in and I run in there into the house.
I'll follow ya.
I'm in.
right there? Yeah.
The four of you burst into the house to so you go into, there's the main room of the house, then there's the back rooms, including the bathroom area. So you can't see into that, but you hear splashing, vigorous splashing, and you also hear it's as if someone were the sound. I'm trying to figure out a sound that would relate to you and your professions. You hear the sound of what maybe wet ropes tearing.
Uh-oh.
What's
You
going
hear-
on in there,
You
Billy?
hear some snaps.
Oh goodness.
Well, yeah, I'm going in there.
Yep. Same here.
You are the first through the door.
I'm punching anything I don't recognize.
You open the door. The room is covered in gore.
Oh goody.
The sound of ropes now becomes clear as intestines are spewed out on the floor. On the ground, on their back, is the figure of a 10-year-old boy. Its abdomen is ripped open, and crouching over it is a long bluish gray figure with some bristly hair up by the head, long claws in the front, legs sprouted out from the tail in the back. The mermaid's face has elongated and looks like a leopard seal. Large, big teeth. If we can we make that a full-on picture?
Is my instant thought that it is the mermaid?
You can't, the tub is empty. Its muzzle is buried in the bowels. It is gobbling greedily the organs of Billy.
Well, if I can recognize that it has a head, I'm going to use my boxing as
We are all going to roll initiative is what we're going to do.
Right.
How many dice?
You're a boxer. You can roll
Yep.
3d6. You may roll 3d6.
Dang.
You may roll 3d6, Ewan. And Hank rolled 2. Because nothing really fits.
No.
Well,
I got a 15.
All right. You mean
Which
just
is a really great roll, and I wish I had saved that for later.
What did you get?
15.
15. Anyone higher than a 15? All right. So we have Sven. And who's next after 15? Who's got next?
12.
12. 12 for Gertie.
7.
8.
Oh, 8. Very good. Hank. And then finally at 7 goes
Yeah.
Ewan. All right.
Molly Mayhem. Hey,
There,
Molly.
there you can see the face of a leopard seal a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that the mermaid is turned into.
Am I first? Or?
Just the face. The body looks vaguely. If you took well, give me a naturalist roll.
Great.
I'll give you this before things happen.
That is an 11.
An 11. It looks like someone mashed a seal and a big dog together.
Oh, it's a seal dog. A dog seal.
Oh, yeah. You know, one of them.
That's a were-dog seal, I guess.
Is this
I knew
a
it.
were-maid?
The creature picks its head up out of the bowels of Billy. Gore just dripping down its jaws.
Dogfish.
It looks at you and it lets out a barking howl. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna use my boxing skill and I'm gonna try to punch it in the side back of the head, which is, I mean, wherever the boxer would think is the best spot to kind of knock it out. If I could.
Probably a
Just
jaw,
remind.
probably a jaw strike, because if you hit the jaw, you can stun someone.
I'm doing it, and I'm gonna use the bonus that I have from I believe that Kara sent me a extra bonus. Let's see if I can one punch it.
Punch.
So I roll 3 for my boxer, and then I'm re-rolling, or just roll 4 and take 3.
You roll 4 and take the highest 3 of those.
All right. I'm like, this is what I do. That's all I got 2 skills. Oh, 6. How about an 18?
That is very nice, but it does not make it 21.
No!
And the head dodges out of the way, almost serpent-like to the side.
I'm out.
Gertie.
I I want to run to the kitchen,
To your kitchen, your personal kitchen.
my personal.
All
kitchen.
right, you dash into your kitchen, and
I'm assuming I have some kind of butcher or carving knife.
you've got a cleaver and a knife.
Great, I grab them both.
Very good. That is what you do. Hank.
Is it fair to say that I would have some sort of a knife on me because
Yes.
I'm a fisherman?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. I don't think I can make this fishermaning, but I'd like to try and get it with my knife.
Are you stabbing it? Are you throwing it? What are you doing? Slashing with it?
I want to try to slash it first, I think.
Normally, I would say that it doesn't fall underneath any of your things, but as a lobsterman, you're used to having a knife, so I'll let you roll 3.
Great. Oh no. That's a 7.
You are caught off guard by the grisly sight before you and
Great.
swing wildly, not hitting anything.
Hey,
That's on brand.
And Ewan.
what about Hank?
Would it be fair to say that I have a belay rod on me?
Belaying pin?
A belaying pin on me.
Probably not, but you would have a knife on you.
All right. So
A good fisherman never goes without his knife.
yeah. All right. So we'll have. I will basically do the same move as.
Go ahead.
Hank's back.
You may roll 3 as well.
All right. 4, 10, 12.
It dodged. It actually, your blade skips off its leathery, slippery, seal-like hide. It does not appear to do any damage to it.
Oh.
It charges you. It lumbers and throws its bulk at you. You may use your boxer skill to get out of the way.
All right. How about 14? No, 13. Sorry.
Good, because it only rolled a 9. You manage to.
I'm still in this fight.
You dodge back out of the doorway as it slams into the door jam. It cracks the door jam.
No.
Dang it.
Sorry.
Sven, it is your turn.
Seeing as I'm not cut in half, who else? Sorry, you're still in the room?
You're all basically crowded in the doorway of the room.
Okay.
All right.
You're not actually in the room with it.
I'm gonna.
By the way, the door opens out, so you're all out here. The door out here. It's in there.
I'm seeing as I'm not dead yet. I will. I'm gonna. Wish I had my brass knuckles on my hands right now, but I don't, because being a smuggler, that's what I usually bring. But I'm just gonna go punch it again.
You don't have them in your pocket?
I mean, they are, but
You can slip them on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Round 2. Fight. Just Kong.
All right.
Oh Jesus. Okay. How about a 7?
Oh, the door jam gets in the way. You can't actually get a good punch. You do take a couple splinters of wood out of the.
Yeah. Take that, door jam.
Yeah, time to punch it often, as they say.
They
Crunch.
call him 2-punch man.
I'm
Dirty.
gonna be punching.
Okay, so
You're in the other room.
I'm
They're all
not-
clustered around the door, fighting this thing.
okay, where is the thing? I mean, how is it positioned in relation to
So it is inside your bathroom.
inside my bed?
Everybody, the other 3 of them are around the door, and it is right there at the doorway.
Okay.
You are in the other room, so if you come in, the 3 of them will be between you and it.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna try and get to it with I'm gonna say my right hand, I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna have my precision tool in my right hand, I'm gonna have the cleaver in my left. And I'm just gonna run in there and see what I can see
You see the 3 of them in a line.
in a line.
They're blocking the door. It is on the other side of them.
Move!
Yeah.
You yell at them to move.
Yep.
Very well. Hank, what do you do?
I will sidestep. And do I get to have an and if I just move out of the
Depends
way?
what your end is.
I would love to throw my knife in it.
You can try to throw your knife. Roll 2d6 for that. You are not a knife
No, I'm
thrower.
I would love to use a help though.
You do have a help. You have
Great.
2 helps if you want.
Great. Oh, that's a 7 again.
It hits it hilt first and bounces off his blubbery hide.
My knife. No.
It's gonna have a nasty bruise, though. Don't worry.
You have managed to disarm yourself. Good
Right,
job.
Hank. If you were Russian, I think you would have just said that as my knife.
My knife.
Ewan.
Get some
All right.
ibuprofen.
All right. So I completely missed with the what like a glance stuff.
Yeah, it skipped off. It's fine.
How far away from it am I at this moment?
Oh, 2-3 feet.
Oh, all right. In that case, we're just gonna
About
try
that
again.
far.
You're gonna try to stab it again?
Yeah,
All
I'm gonna
right.
try the stabby again. Oh shit! All right, 10.
10. It manages to get the door jam in the way of your swing. It dodges behind the door jam, and so you're unable to strike it. You're a naturalist, Hank.
Yes, I am.
Give me a naturalist roll real quick.
Okay. Oh no. It's an 11.
There's nothing natural about this.
You do catch out of the corner of your eye as you throw the knife. There are no wounds on this creature. There are no stitches on this creature. In the spot where it was sewn up, there is nothing there anymore. It looks like a clean, undamaged flank. Dodge, Sven, as it lunges out the door at you. It is now coming through the doorway.
How about a 9?
The 9. It bowls into you, knocking you backward. Luckily, its teeth do not find purchase, but you slam into the table that's behind you and take 4 points of damage. Your table shatters to splinters.
That was my grandmother's.
Hey. Is it?
It is
my
now your
turn?
turn. You're on your back.
Oh, am I? So
Yeah,
I'm away from it. Though.
Yes, you are away from it.
I just. I'm going, Billy. Why? I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna.
Okay, you get on your feet, and then what?
I am half-heartedly chasing it, as in, like, I do not want to actually get in chompy range, but I definitely want to see where it's going.
Those two are in chompy range.
Oh, then I'll just let them.
Very well. So you get to your feet, take stock of the situation. Gertie, you are near it.
Okay, how near?
You can strike at it. It has come through the doorway.
Okay. I'm going to assume that I have butchered seal before.
Yes, actually, you would have.
Great. Then I would like to try and take my butcher knife. Is it possible to do sort of a 1-2?
You make a general attack, and if you hit, I will get you extra damage for both weapons.
Okay, great. Because I want to try and hit it on the top of the head and then come here with the cleaver.
Okay. I will let you roll 4d6 for this. I think you have helps.
I am going to use a help. $19.
I rolled a 20.
No.
Oh no!
You make a valiant effort, but fail. Your strikes go wide. Hank, you're off to the side.
I threw my knife.
Yes, you did.
That's not great.
No, it isn't.
There's this table you could throw.
Can I throw a table?
You can grab a chunk of the table and chuck it at him.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Roll 2d6
Great.
as you throw a table at it.
Yeah.
Kind of. There you go.
It's a
It-
9.
It's basically a table leg and a chunk.
Great.
You throw.
Yeah, it's a 9.
It bounces ineffectually off of it.
Thunk. It's hilarious.
However, its gaze goes over to you immediately.
Boy, he really doesn't like tables.
Ewan,
If its gaze has gone over to Hank immediately, does that give me flanking? Advantage?
You may attempt to attack it.
All right, I will attempt to attack it.
You know what?
again.
I'll even give you an automatic help.
All right,
roll
thank
from
you.
it.
I appreciate that.
So take the highest 3.
All right. Oh, 6, 6, and a 2. So 14.
All right. You actually connect with it. The knife goes into its blubbery hide, carving a little trench along the side of its seal-like neck for a moment. Some blood gushes out, hot blood onto your hands. You can see a layer of blubber as the skin parts. It lets out a howl, and then it's its turn. It turns to you and lunges at you. I'll let you roll 3d6.
All right.
I am using a help.
Can I use my help as well?
You may use it.
I will use a help as well then.
Glue Master is using his help as well.
All right. Everybody has a help, I think.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, 13. Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you only take the highest.
Yeah, so 11.
And I will take my 4 highest, which are a total of 21.
Good.
I'm sorry. How many? What was your roll? 11.
11.
Take 10 points of damage
Baby.
as
Oh,
its
man.
teeth sink into your chest from the side as a
Oh.
bite.
That's good.
It shakes you once and throws you back against the wall.
Oh, you beast.
Sven.
I'm right. Well, it really hates tables. So I'm going to grab one of the other legs
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to go in there and kind of use it to distract it and then punch it with my.
Go ahead and roll your boxer skill. And I'll give you an extra help automatically.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, Jesus Christ. How's a sweet 14?
You managed to punch it. I rolled a 14 as well, but it doesn't seem to do much damage. But you did actually connect this time.
Does it is there like a layer of
No.
that ripples?
No, it's more of a like punching a gym mat.
Yeah. Okay, but in my head, there's this blubbery ripple. Yeah. This one's for Billy. And then I just tap.
Gertie.
All right, gonna do the same. Stabby. I want to try and get my cleaver just as much in the blubber as I possibly can.
Roll 4d6.
I'm gonna use the help.
All right. Using a help.
17.
17. You connect solidly with the cleaver.
This one's for Billy.
Into what would be kind of the shoulder area, but it's a seal, like a leopard seal now, so it's kind of all in one. But you manage to connect very solidly. Gouts of blood splash into your face. Hot, briny mammalian blood just on the side of your face, all over your hands. Your hands get slick with it. A chunk of blubber falls to the ground as you hove into this thing. There we go. I'm doing math. And it rages. You hear it's almost like a wolf howl comes out of its throat.
Now you done it.
Hank.
Would I do I see where my knife ended up?
It's off to the side. You could probably go
Okay, I'd
retrieve
like
it.
to go grab it.
All right. You will spend your turn getting your
Great.
knife and getting back on your feet.
Yeah.
Very good. Ewan, you are still upright, but blood is pouring from your side
All right.
from 4 massive canine wounds in your torso.
All right. And where is it pointed at this moment? Because Gertie has successfully attacked.
It is facing Gertie.
All right. Do I still have my knife?
Yeah, you actually did not drop it.
All right. I'm going to attack again. I'm going to come at it from, well, I guess behind. So,
All right.
do
I'll
I-
let you give you. I'll give you help for that.
Fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, yeah, I needed that one. Thank you. So 14.
14. You sink your knife into its back. It arches, almost like a seal at an exhibition. How they can arch.
Mm-hmm.
It does that as your knife blade sinks in.
Do I take any more damage?
No, you do not
All right.
yet.
All right.
However, everybody roll me a 3d6.
Oh, jeez.
10.
7.
8.
15.
10, 7, 8, 15. The two of you notice as this is happening, that first wound that you gave it, somebody hit it with the knife first.
I did.
You had cut it slightly on the side.
Yeah.
It's closing back up.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
As it lunges at Gertie.
Do I dodge?
You get a chance. You can roll. I'll let you use your strength. So roll 3d6.
It's healing.
Oh,
we
no.
help the fucker.
6.
Before you die, are there any harpoons in the harpoon? Just wondering.
There's one above the mantle that's there.
Oh, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I don't care how old it is.
How much did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
A 6, you say?
Did you die?
No. You take 14 points of damage, however. As its teeth rake across your throat
Oh.
and your torso.
Oh.
You stagger and fall to your knees. I need to make a little note here or something. Very good. So that was it. Sven.
Okay. I swear to God.
He shouted out, "It's healing."
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna try the table leg stick and like get it, boy. Since it is a part dog. And then I am running to the harpoon to get the harpoon.
Right.
I'm going to harpoon this motherfucker.
So you run to go hopefully grab a harpoon.
Yes, but I try to use the stick, the piece of wooden table as a distraction, so that I don't get eaten on my way past.
Roll me 2d6.
Oh, how about a 12? Boom, max.
It
Still
only
get eaten.
it looks very briefly as the stick goes away.
Yeah, fuck you, pal.
And then it watches you go out the door. Gertie, you are horribly wounded. You can still act.
I do yell that I'm getting the harpoon and not just fucking off. Okay, so just yeah.
You know, Guardy's gonna go with her boots on.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and. How deep did I get the first cut?
Oh, pretty good. However, it's already closing up.
I want to aim for the same cut.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Roll me your 4d6. Yep, you do not have any helps.
$15.
I rolled an 18.
Sorry.
God damn it.
It misses.
Oh no.
I mean that tracks. I am like
there.
You are bleeding everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hank, you have your knife in hand. Gertie is on her knees next to you. It is right there as well.
Oh, giddy.
I also have both of my knives, but
A knife and a cleaver.
Knife and a cleaver. I think hearing the "it's healing," I think my brain goes set it on fire.
Sally.
Where did that bottle of whiskey end up? Did we take that
He
with
had
us?
it in his hand.
Damn it.
Oh, it's still in the room, probably.
Yeah,
It's
probably in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's probably on the table that got smashed.
Oh, thank you, Sally Gay, for helping the Gloom Master. I appreciate it.
Oh no.
Gertie got help too, though. So
All right, Hank, what are you doing?
You're
You
dirty. I'm borrowing this, and I want to go and try and slash with whatever knife is closest to me.
You can grab her cleaver.
Great, I'm gonna grab the cleaver.
All right, that's going to give you extra damage if you hit.
All right, and that's 2.
I'll let you roll 3.
Okay. It's 9.
I rolled an 11. It misses.
Okay. All right.
Ewan,
All right, here we go again.
you're stabbing it again.
Stabbing again. I'm gonna use my help on this one. So sorry I didn't roll it yet. So...
All right, very good. Beat a 19.
Oh, all right. No, that's not gonna happen.
Then you miss.
Yeah, I did.
Very well. It roars, and the wounds close up a little more. And there are 3 of you.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled poorly.
I'm
so-
gonna use my help.
I rolled poorly, so you have a chance. I rolled a 12.
That's poorly
yes.
for him in this circumstance.
Yeah.
I rolled 13.
You managed to fall backwards out of its lunge. Its jaw snapped over where your right arm would have been. Sven,
Yes.
you burst into the harpoon, and sure enough, the namesake harpoon is above the back of the bar.
Hell yeah. Is there? Oh, I don't know. Any other types of machine guns, Gatling guns, anything that, like?
There's a harpoon. Be grateful I'm giving you a harpoon.
I'm gonna get the harpoon. If there's another, if there's anything else.
Harpoons are two-handed things.
Yes, I know. But I was just thinking if there's any other piece of wood that I could get. I'm still thinking that this whole stick dog thing is gonna work. In the back of my head, I'm like,
the back half of a harpoon is wooden.
yeah, but I need a diversion, like maybe a giant pepper shaker or something. I don't know, but all right, so, you know, let's stick like you like chuck it anyway. Going for the harpoon. If I don't see anything else, if I don't see anything else handy, I will just grab the harpoon and come running back.
They're shouting at you, Sven, grab all the alcohol you can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when I said anything that would help, a bottle would definitely help.
There's a bottle of whiskey you can grab off the bar.
Yep.
You are running back to Gertie's house.
Yes.
With a harpoon and a bottle of vodka.
Yes.
Great.
Very well. Gertie, it is your turn.
I am going to try and scooch out of there.
Into the kitchen.
Yeah, I just
All
want to get away from it as
All right.
quickly as possible.
All right, you your own blood makes the floor slippery as you skitter away into the kitchen. You are in the kitchen on your back. You basically crawl into the kitchen. You only have a knife now because Hank grabbed your cleaver.
Okay. I'm good. I'm just gonna try and find something to maybe like staunch the
Cheesecloth.
You grab your towel
Yeah.
from the kitchen and throw it over your neck. Hank, there are now only 2 people in the room with this ravening beast.
You got this, Hank. I believe in you.
Okay, so what if
I'm curious to see where this is going.
it's a real dumb idea and I'm gonna die, but it's fine.
All right.
So what if I try to go into like biting my hand with my knife straight up so it goes straight through the roof of its mouth? It's gonna give up my hand, but if it might get something important. I don't know.
Might hit its brain.
It might hit its brain and then it might be dead.
Roll me.
Remember your training, Hank.
First roll me 2d6.
Okay.
Remember your training.
Before any of this goes down, I pull out baby Hank and I'm like, all right, buddy, if this goes south, you know what to do. And I imagine he gives me a little That's it. That's a 6.
All right. Now, that was for something different.
Oh,
So
goody.
now roll me your attack. Roll 3d6.
I love
You do have
stuff.
helps. Too,
I want to
Hank.
use all of the helps I have available.
How many helps do you have?
I think
I think we all-
You have 1. Actually, Stuart doesn't have 1. Gertie no longer has 1. Hank, Sven, and the Gloom Master has one. I will not use a help. I'll just use the regular.
Remember your training.
That is 11.
You go to try to put your hand in its face, and it bounces off its nose. You basically bopped it in the nose.
You booped it.
You hooped it.
You boop-
She did.
That's what you trained for?
Yeah, that's what Baby Hank likes all that. Oh God.
Hank is a good man.
I'm an animal boop snooter professionally.
Yes.
Ewan,
Professional boot snoozer.
Ewan, it's your turn.
All right, let's stab again.
All right.
All right, let's go. All right, 10.
I have a 12. So again, you hit it, but not with the blade. You're sort of, as you fall forward, your hand bounces off its back. It heals some more.
It's healing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. It
Oh.
attacks Ewan.
All right.
I am using a help.
Oh.
You know, in a microscopic way, we're all healing at every moment.
This is true. So
Until we're not.
Are you stalling to see if somebody gives you a help?
No.
Is that what you're doing? Stalling to see
I
if
would-
someone might happen to give you a help?
I was no, I was just kind of just laughing at my face.
Have you ever thought about booping your own snoot?
I have thought about
tries
doing
to
Maybe.
be
this.
healing, you know?
And as the bestial lunges at me, I could only think, oh, that's a good lad, Hank. He boot the snoot.
All right. Give me a.
Try to boop it.
Oh, you just got to help.
Oh!
Thanks, Karen. I can always count on you.
All right,
All right.
am I rolling?
You are rolling 4, taking the highest 3.
All right, here we go. Come on, you bitches. Right.
I rolled poorly. You might actually.
All right,
Survive.
12.
I rolled exactly a 12. It just pushes you backwards, but no.
Boop his snoot.
Boop, you beastie.
You're just like, ah, and you're like, ah, and you just go,
Yeah.
Sven, you burst back into the room.
die, motherfucker. I'm going to. So I'm behind it, yeah.
No, you're in front of it because
No,
it's in the living room.
so I'm. Can I like leap over Stu?
You have
here?
a clear line of attack.
Oh yeah, I'm just.
You can leap over the broken table.
Boop this. God. I attempt to boop its snoot with the harpoon.
Roll me 3d6. I think you have a help.
I rude
I'm using
poorly
it.
gloom lied blatantly.
The kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, there we go.
I am gonna.
You are holding a towel to your neck and have a knife in your left hand.
What can I see from my vantage point?
Just a swirling chaos out in the living room.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to stand.
All right, you can.
Okay, I stand up. From where I am, can I try to stab it?
No, you are in a separate room.
Cool.
You have to go back into the room where it is to attempt to stab it.
Okay. I think I'm kind of in the camp of kill it with fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is there a bottle in my kitchen?
I got a bottle.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna grab a bottle of alcohol
All right.
and I'm gonna
You do have a bottle of whiskey there.
just and I'm gonna stuff the rag
Your bloody rag.
into the bottle.
Into the
and
bottle.
Start soaking it.
All right. You are prepping
As you free bleed everywhere.
Yeah.
an incendiary
Don't
device.
worry about it.
Hank,
I want to try to stab it again.
go ahead. In the same fashion.
Yeah, actually.
All right.
I'll still give up my hands.
You're still trying to stab it in the mouth.
Yeah.
is what you're telling me.
I want to stab him in the mouthful. That's 8.
It easily moves its head out of the way. I rolled a 12.
Great. Cool. That's fun.
That was Hank Ewan.
All right, I'm thrown back against the wall. I booped its nose. You swung at it. I'm gonna go at it again.
How big is this thing?
Oh no, I missed.
It is slightly larger than a man.
I missed.
Oh,
Um,
you did not beat a 13. then,
no,
I'm
I did
assuming.
not. No.
Very well. It continues to heal. And
It's almost
1,
at
2.
full hit points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. It lunges at the harpoon wielding maniac.
Oh, we are all gonna die. That's fine. We're not even taking.
Solid 10.
It manages to land its fangs into you this time for 4 points of damage.
A mere 4.
A mere 4, knocking you down to 10. And oh yeah, there's that too. Very well. That was its turn. Sven,
Is there anything else around me? Is
you're
there
holding a
smash
harpoon.
table.
There's a smash table on the
Harpoon.
ground.
I'm
Hank
like
is there
seeing
with a
that-
knife. Behind it is Ewan with a knife trying to stab it. You can see that Gertie has gone into the kitchen and is bleeding profusely, but now has a bottle of something and a rag stuffed in it.
All right. I will attempt to distract it by once again attempting to boop it in the face
With a harpoon.
with a harpoon.
Very well.
And
away.
I think, Sir Dave says I do have a +1, so I'm gonna use that.
I rolled a 15.
Come on. For the love of
So
God.
take the 3 highest.
Jeez. 9.
So no.
Really? Come on.
You trip over the broken table, manage to keep your footing, but your strike goes wide as a result.
Gloom Master's rolls are true tonight.
All
Yeah.
right.
Gertie, you have a bottle of whiskey with a rag in it that the alcohol is now soaked into.
I'm assuming I have a stove
Yeah, you have. I mean, it's
or a
1895.
fire. That's
You have wooden matches there.
great
It is lit.
on fire. Can I see its wounds?
It's in the other room.
Okay, I go into the other.
All right. You're there holding a flaming bottle as she steps into the room, a torch-like brand burning in the darkness as a bloodied, her neck is just oozing dark heart's blood down her chest, holding a flaming bottle as she bursts out of the kitchen and says, this is your movie tagline. This is your moment.
Fuck you.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You will get to throw it next turn. You're
Great,
there, ready to
I'm
throw.
gonna aim.
All right. Hank,
Um,
you have seen what has just happened.
oh, I'm getting out of
You
that.
hightail it.
Yeah, goodbye.
You're going out the front door?
No, I do want to see it happen. I don't want to be in the blast.
It's not a big house.
Okay.
The living room is roughly the size of this kitchen that we are in now.
Great. So I'm gonna get out of the house.
Very well. You
Um,
run out of the house
Great.
and turn around to look back. Lot's wife. And Ewan,
All right.
it is between you and the front door.
Well, in that case, let me stab it.
Very well. Stab away, boyo. Stab away.
What's-
Oh, I hope you rolled well. I rolled a 17.
Oh, I did not roll a 17.
What did you roll?
I don't want to talk about it.
What did you roll?
I don't want to talk about it.
Please tell me.
All right. I rolled a 9.
Very well. Gertie bursts in, flaming alcohol bottle in hand, screaming profanities. This spooks Hank, who runs out the door.
That's what spooked Hank really.
Sven is standing there regaining his footing after his failed harpoon attack. The creature turns and bites and rips Ewan's head off.
Ah!
The jaws clamp around. One tooth goes into his eye socket, the other hits the base of his skull, another one into his cheek, the other one into his neck. It gives a vicious tug with its neck, and Ewan's head rips free from his body. The creature bites down hard on it and crushes the skull and devours it.
And my hat goes flipping through the air.
By the way, the special effects, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Like that head's gone. Just,
Oh no.
Ben,
Uh,
you just witnessed this. In fact, you witnessed this. Roll me a smuggler roll for your fortitude, if you will,
yeah,
to see how you react.
I've seen
You've never seen someone's head ripped off
well
by a
by a
leopard
monster.
seal.
That's gonna be 11, 14.
All right. You are very queasy, but you are still in the fight.
If I throw up, I'm gonna throw up on it. Okay. Just that point.
That is fair. Go ahead.
What
are you doing? She's standing there with a flaming bottle of alcohol.
Yeah. I said I like to party too. But I stab things when I party.
You have a bottle of alcohol in your hand.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna use it.
All right.
But I'm I was gonna like save it for later, like as on top of the thing, but I'm just gonna harpoon.
Gotta harpoon away.
Got the thing. I don't know if I have a thing. Wait, I used my no. I'm out. All right, come on, big rolls, no whammies. How about 14?
Is it 16? No, it does not.
14.
So then, no, it does not. Gertie.
Is it anywhere near my grandma's table?
Your grandma's table's in shards on the
Oh
ground.
yeah. It's
It's all over.
All right, so I'm gonna take my flaming bottle of alcohol and I'm going to chuck it as hard as I can at the base of its feet.
All right.
On the ground.
Nice.
I'm assuming with all of this lovely tinder. Thank you. For,
You may roll a 3d6 and give yourself a help
all right.
for aiming at the floor, which is not far, not
It's
hard. to do.
going down. I'm yelling timber.
Oh. 15.
You have 2 helps, by the way.
Too late now.
Yeah.
It hits the base and explodes. Fire begins to engulf it. It cries out almost like a wounded puppy when you hit it. That is your turn. Your house is now on fire.
Great.
Hank, you're outside. You see the alcohol bottle shatter. The flames catch. It is in the middle of the fire. What do you do?
Close the door.
Very well.
I close the door and I start screaming at the top of my lungs to try to get other people who I'm assuming there's other houses here.
Yeah.
To try to get other people out of it.
Oh, people are starting to come outside their houses now.
Great.
At this point.
I'd like to be like, hey guys, you should grab some knives and stuff. There's the mermaid went south. It's not a good time.
Very well. Ewan's headless corpse oozes out more of its fluids onto the ground around it. The creature,
Billy's parents.
the creature burns. You may roll a 2d6 to see how much damage it does to it.
That's 7.
7. All right. It is writhing in pain and lunges at you. Because what else would it do?
Right.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lunges at him. And I will keep the roll that I rolled, which is not good. So go ahead. Beat an 11.
Well, now that you said that, that's
Roll the crack die. It's a crack die.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's not, you can't beat it with that.
No. God.
What is your total? 6. 5. You have 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
Bam.
Fun.
And it is your turn.
Fine. Well, I take that bottle and I'm just gonna smash it on the harpoon and then stab it with the remaining bottle.
Very well. Go to.
Tattoo knife.
No. You can roll
No.
You can roll 3. Yes, absolutely 3. Oh, I rolled not so well.
Come on.
I rolled a 14.
8.
You do manage to break the bottle, which only spreads the flames even more.
I'm just gonna.
So that's good.
I'm just gonna flop on it then. No, I mean I'm just literally gonna physically flop on it. If I broke the bottle, then I'm just gonna like basically just fling the fire since I'm about to die.
Very well.
So just
Gertie.
Is it? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna stab it.
All right. Stab away.
I'm gonna use a help. I have a help, right?
Yeah.
Victorian says, Gloom, try rolling below a 10 just for fun.
I'm rolling 4d6 for this monster. It's hard for me to roll below a 10.
oh, I can.
Yes, we know.
15.
15. Oh my goodness. Because actually I rolled a 9 this time. 6. With the knife. It shrieks as your blade goes into it, and it kind of splays out like a frog going splat on the ground. It is very much still alive, but it is also very, very, very hurt. Hank, you're outside.
Yeah.
The house is now well and truly on fire.
Great. If I have any matches on my person, I'd like to light one and just very gently hot them out.
Very well.
I pull out baby Hank and I'm like, see, I told you we were gonna get out of this, my buddy. And I like tap on the glass and he's like,
You start flicking matches at the already burning house.
Baby Hank was ready to hold.
Duly noted.
I'm kind of sad you didn't throw it at.
why would I do that to Hank?
Come on, baby Hank.
He has to carry on my legacy.
Baby Hank has the mind of a killer.
Roll me 2d6 to see how much damage the fire does to this creature.
9.
All right. Now, each of you roll me 2d6 to see how much damage is done to you.
Oh, now I roll a 9.
Herpes to fire skill is good.
You're bringing fire resistance +3?
Yes.
No.
Dang it.
No. Your house is on fire.
Fine. 8.
As the smoke and the flames engulf you both, you collapse to the ground. With your last breaths, you see the creature also give a gasp, fall to the ground. Its limbs shrivel back into its body, and you see the face of the mermaid reform from the foreshortening of the snout of the leopard seal. A look of horror and shame and sadness on its face as it stops moving.
With my last breath, could I just put a little bit of whiskey in my mouth?
You suck on a broken piece of glass.
Yeah.
There you go.
That night is the night they tell of the terrible, tragic fire on Great Cranberry Island, where some strange visitor apparently was visiting town, and there was a fire in the house where they were staying, poor Gertie's house, and the people who had come over to comfort the stranger who had traveled, unfortunately, all perished in the fire, except for poor Hank, who was apparently at the boat at the time and was not there to help. This is the official line that is put out by the investigation. And thus, the tragedy of Great Cranberry Island comes to an end. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us. I hope this was horrible and spooky and fun for all of you.
First time I've died playing.
It was Hank, the only survivor.
Hank,
Lone survivor, crazy old man in the woods now.
did it.
A little behind the curtain, just to give you guys an idea of what is happening. you were right when you said early on, oh my God, it's a werewolf. This monster is based off a story by Melissa L.E. Baker, in which it's called Not Like This. It's on our book Dare, in which she was challenged by a friend of ours to write, Jonathan Weiss, to write a story about a mermaid werewolf. And she did. In her story, a man afflicted with lycanthropy tries to kill himself on an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico, and on his way out, scratches and infects a mermaid, who then becomes this horrible thing that haunts the Louisiana coastline. I decided in this case that there was somebody aboard a fishing boat who tried to end his own life off the coast of Maine because he was a lycanthrope and nothing else seemed to be killing him. So he threw himself into the waves, scratched this mermaid, and then there it was found. So I am actually kind of glad that the three of you died, because that means I don't have to worry about you coming back as werewolves, as I have marked that you were all bit or scratched by it,
yes,
and would have come back as werewolves as well. However, Hank was not. So Hank is actually in the clear.
You know what the worst thing is, I didn't take any damage.
You did not take a bit of damage in the entire thing.
Okay, it's baby Hank protecting me.
Yes, baby Hank was your tower.
You had the power to not be a lycanthrope the whole time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Before we go any further, I just want to introduce our players once again and see if they he remembered his training. Let's start right over here. Victim, poor Dan, Ewan.
Hello. I'm Dan, the Headless Scotsman. You can find me as your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. The next 3 weekends at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival, I do an audience interactive one-person improv comedy Shakespeare show, as one does. I share a stage with Paolo Garbanzo. What? And the next 2 weeks, not this weekend.
No, this weekend too.
Oh, we are doing it this weekend?
Yeah, we are.
We start the Mousetrap Show.
Ooh.
What?
Mousetrap.
2 jugglers, 400 mousetraps, no shoes, and Shakespeare and Kitty Chaos rain chaos from the skies.
Very good.
Yes.
We also have our lovely.
You need to go. I'm sorry. You also need to go to you need to go to hobpatrol.bandcamp.
Yes. Hob, if you're there, we're still plugging you. So there you go. We also have Gertie over there.
Hi, I'm Katie Hauser. And right now I am one of 3 lovely ladies here at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival performing with Chase Treasure. Come see Lady Agnes and Lady Margaret over at the Painted Badger Pub. And check it out at Hob the Troll of Bandcamp.
That's right.
Otherwise known as Hank.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, let's meet Hank.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and I still haven't been killed by Glue Master yet.
Challenge accepted.
I've said it 3 times and it still hasn't happened. I do chase treasure too. It's really fun. Come see us be idiots.
Yes. And over on the park.
Hobpatrol.bandcamp.com.
I'm Paolo Garbanzo, and yes, I will all be at the Louisiana Renaissance Fair next 3 weekends. And these next 3 weekends, we are indeed doing the Mousetrap Extravaganza with Jameson the Juggler. And also later on in January, coming up in the next year, January 20th, I will be on Jack the Whipper's Twitch channel. We're doing a Strahd fun run, speed run through Ravenloft.
For your D&D people.
Yes, for all the D&D people out there. And it is going to be a fundraiser. And so we're doing it we're the fun run for charity through Strahd's layer. So yeah, let's see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen, but that's January 20th. Otherwise, I'll be there in Louisiana next 3 weeks.
And speaking of being in Louisiana for the next 3 weeks, the final weekend is the culmination of the festival, but also the Ren Adventures tour.
That's right.
So renadventures.com, we're doing a tour around New Orleans and also play D&D in the Crescent City. ending on December 9th with a trip to the Louisiana Renaissance Fair where you can see all of us.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Gloom Master, Tom Zadoyko, right here. I am actually also at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival. I run all the tasting events there. So if you happen to be in town, please come to the festival, check it out. Beer tasting, whiskey tasting. I also assist with the wine tasting, the feasts. This weekend is our Myth and Legends weekend, and I'm actually putting together a Harry Potter themed potions class that are all potion-esque cocktails, smoking, swirling, different cocktails. So that'll be happening. You can also find me as the other half of Buckle and Swash, the comedy pirate sword fighting show. Our next show is the Florida Renaissance Festival, but that's not until February. So you got lots of time. Want to thank all of our sponsors, 3dtu.org, for checking us out, for helping us out. Our good friends Amy and Jesse. You can find them at 3dtu.org for all of your gaming accessory needs, dice towers, dice trays, mimic boxes, whatever, what have you. Check them out. Also, Run Adventures, we mentioned the New Orleans tour, but we've got coming up next year, Paulo and I and Ryan, the other half of the Buckle and Swash show, we will be doing a D&D Castle tour over in England. So look at that's the first weekend of June. Come and tour the castles. If you come a day or two early, there's actually a medieval festival that's going to be happening at the castle that Paulo and Buckle and Swash will be performing at. So you can also check that out as well. We also want to say, yes, coming up, there's the RenFest Podcast Awards have been going around. If you look that up on Facebook, you'll find them. They're coming up starting in January. You can start voting for your favorite acts. Nominations are still going on.
And most of us have been nominated.
I have been nominated. I think you have been nominated. Chase Treasure has been nominated. Shakespeare has been nominated. So be sure to come on in. Excuse me. Check that out. And maybe you can vote for your favorite act come January. So check out that as well. Also, please check out Handler Z and I. We've got our book, Dare. It's a collection of spooky stories and poems on Amazon, Audible. I narrate it. And you can also check out our Patreon. We've got one for us. It's called Quill and Quote. You have to type it in Patreon / Quill and Quote because it is R-rated material. You have to find it directly that way. If you do that, you get our stories in advance before they get put into book form. We send out the stories and the audio recordings. You can check that out there. We are going to be dark here at Gothic Horror Gaming for the next 2 weeks because we have the festival and then also the Nat 21 adventure things coming up here live and in person. So we're not going to really have time to run a game here for the next 2 weeks. But stay tuned to Facebook and to our Discord. Be sure to check out our Discord for Nat 21. We've got one of those over there. So please check those out as well. And we'll let you know when we're coming back. But thank you so much. Thank you to my players. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
For those of you who are familiar with the Louisiana Renaissance Festival, I want to give a shout out to the Brownlees.
Haggis Rampant.
Haggis Rampant, who are the bagpipers here. We are staying in their house for this broadcast. Thank you so much for letting us use your home. Check out Haggis Rampant. I think you can find them on Facebook and such. And if you're at the fair, you can see them there as well. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all down the road.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Pop the shoulder up, bandcamp.com.
Woo!